Time for another 10 minutes with Blainerd. So I have this idea um, called there's a product out there called One Knob, but I call my idea the same thing, One Knob. And this is like if you have a synthesizer or a bunch of effects with a bunch of knobs and stuff like that. The idea is to connect a bunch of different knobs to one single knob. So say your synthesizer has like 27 knobs or something. The idea is to automate the whole synthesizer with one knob. So you get to see what the synthesizer sounds like, so to speak, if you automate everything and what sort of movement you can create with it, as well as like 8 knobs or 6 knobs or like professionally rigged one knob things where you can choose how far you turn the knob, how fast you turn the knob, what direction you turn the knob. Like when you attach it to the bigger knob, if you want it to go the other direction at a certain rate, and you want it to stop somewhere, you can specify parameters. So that's one knob. The modulation matrix. This is interesting because it's like synthesizers a lot of times have modulation matrices, but this is a modulation matrix to your other plugins. So say you have like a distortion, like I got the Berserk distortion, right? So this would be like setting up a modulation matrix between the Berserk distortion and like saturator or an EQ or any other effect that you really want to. Um, it's it's so you set up a modulation matrix in between the plugins themselves, and you want to create like this automation environment. So it's easy to draw in automation and create automations. Maybe use the one knob so you can do big automations really fast and really easily and stuff like that. And so it's like if you could like save an automation, you could save an automation and load it back into your DAW. That's kind of like what you want to do. You want to like, and you want to be able to easily write an automation. And then in between this, like being able to easily write and save an automation, you can create a modulation matrix. So when you automate one thing, it can modulate another parameter on a different plugin for you. So um, so that's that. The thing with the one knob too is like I use this for like visual stuff. Like if I have a lot of parameters, I try to break it down into like an XY grid or into one knob, and I just turn the knob and turn the knob, and I create a repository. A repository is a big thing for me, like a history. So this is a history of all the calculations that occurred when you turn that one knob. So say it's a visual thing, you get all the different visuals, you get a history of all the different visuals from that knob turn, and you can go back to this point in time. You know what I mean? Or on an XY grid, like if you were to peruse through the XY grid, you'd be creating a history of all these things that you can go back to and actually choose in the end. And this is one way that I use to like, especially special effects and 3D stuff and visual stuff and music stuff, is to create this repository of being able to go back, like a really long repository too, like a really good, like repository is like a big thing of the operating system. Like you want to be able to temporarily save as much as you need. You know what I mean? You don't want to be short stacked there. So I also have this Mona Lisa drawing. This is my Mona Lisa. I can even draw it for you guys in front of you. This is one of my famous pieces of artworks that I'm famous for in the intergalactical world. So it goes like this. See, if there's her head. Got some hair for her. Got some hair, got some eyes and some eyebrows. Give her some eyeball or some whatever. A nose. Give her a nose. Give her a nice big smile. Okay, then so her head's up here. So then we're going to draw her like this, like that, and like that, and like that, and then like that, and like that. So we're almost done here. This is what makes my Mona Lisa famous, and other people have attempted this drawing, but the reason that theirs isn't as famous as mine is because they might have done this, but they didn't necessarily do this and be known as the artist that I'm known for. So I got my arms and my stick. Okay, so we're just going to go bloop, bloop, and then we're going to go down here and go bloop, bloop. That's my Mona Lisa drawing that I'm famous for. So this video is actually about the Beamer cleaning table. So the cleaning table is like, say you have one type of material and you have another type of material on top of it, and you're trying to attract, repel, you're trying to supercharge, you're trying to particleize, you're trying to move, you're trying to lift, you're trying to do anything you can to these particles. And you have all these different tables that you test your laser beams, and you try to make all these different laser beams and stuff that work. So one of the things is, if you find something that works, so say that you get something working on the cleaning table, like you get something, you're able to pick up something that isn't metallic or something like that, like a balloon. You can still attract with static electricity even though it's not metallic, right? So it's not always metallic, right? You're trying to find out what these forces work, what forces work on what particles and so forth, right? So it's like, if you find something that works, you want to change the environment. So say you're working on Earth, you want to take it to Mars, and then you want to take it to Jupiter, and then you also want to you want to create a counter laser. So you want to shoot another laser at your laser that breaks it, that makes it so it doesn't work, like it's a weapon. Like your first laser is a weapon and you're disabling the weapon. So you want to shoot all these different lasers at it and see if it stops it from working all of a sudden. As well as you want to see if there's any other lasers that enhance it working, or enhance some aspect of it working. So the big thing is, if you discover something, is to change those environments. Do it in gel now. Do it in a gas environment. Do it on Jupiter. Do it on Mars. Do it in dirt. Do it underwater. Exactly. Just change the environments to see if you can come up with more. So this other thing I have is called a fart stained laser. This is about shooting a laser through a dirty pair of underpants and having fart stains come on the other side of the board. So you stick a laser here, and then you have fart stained underpants, and then you have a board here. You shoot a laser across, and you get fart stains on the board on the other side. So what this is about is like, say you wanted to shoot nutrients into somebody's brain, or nutrients into somebody's heart, or something like that. You know what I mean? So you try to find a laser that picks up something, that picks up a piece of particles. This goes along with the Beamer. It picks up a piece of particle, and you try to like reflect it. You're going to try to reflect it, see if you can reflect over here and get it to drop it off over here or something like that. Drop off the fart stain or the nutrient or whatever you're picking up with this laser in the first place. So you want to deliver it to the other end, but then you also want to do things like reflect it to a different end and see if you can actually reflect this while it's reflect the fart stain. Like it's like reflecting a physical fart stain almost, right? So like once you start reflecting physical fart stains, there's something into particleization. But what did I write about that? You want to shoot these lasers through different tissue thin sensitive materials to pick up these nutrients or whatever kind of material or vitamin you're picking up, and then land it elsewhere. So I also have some hate mail. I've got some, like, Eminem has that Stan video. I got a different approach to Stan. I write him hate mail back. So what I do is this is what I have. I got, Stan, this is the 6th time you've written into me to complain about my art now. Now, honestly, Stan, I didn't even come in your sister's ass that many times. I know that you're a deranged monkey butt eater, licking the vomit of magnets off the decomposing excrement that is your face. But you have to understand there's more to life than your fantasies of prancing through the fairy fields while snorting the ass jizz off your boyfriend's cum-stained panties. Now, before I let you go, Stan, I want you to know that I did your mom a favor. Yes, I bought her a trough so she could eat outside with the rest of the farm animals. Hate you too, sincerely, Dwayne. And this is what I did with my 3rd degree swearing, as I got people to swear at all my fans that wrote in hate mail to me. I wrote them professional hate mail back, where it's got the 3rd degree of swearing, and it's got like, the making fun of your decomposing excrement that is your face. Also use this decomposing excrement that is your soul, various degenerating diseases and so forth. Like, anyway, but that's what I do. I write hate mail back. That's a good thing for the Bling Bling movie. See, I was thinking he could get in trouble for saying the N-word, and then he could have to be white again. So now when he's white, he does the bitch isn't stuff. Then he could also do like, the stand stuff or something.